Shalom traders, this is Melek Shalamah of Melek Shalamah Capital LLC. Today is the 24th of June 2026. Right now the time is 11:27 a.m. Eastern Time, and I'm gonna do a really quick trade recap here I did on some trades I took today on the ES. Alright, so first of all, I'm gonna bring this across real quick. This is my top-down analysis that I do every morning, where I gauge the risk, identify my strategies, and just input new levels. Monthly levels get updated every month, but some of the weekly levels I update every day, and the daily levels I update every day, right? Then I do my Wyckoff analysis of the daily Wyckoff chart, all my levels, what I'm seeing, and then I identify the strategies I want to take and how I want it to play out, right? So this was my trade journal for today, right? All right, so basically it's Camarilla R3, and the central pivot is in a roughly a golden pivot zone. We have yesterday's value area high. We have a distribution level here, 7 touches on the distribution. We have the monthly POC here and London value area here. Value area high is here, right? Yesterday's VWAP, some high volume nodes, right? So basically I'm looking for a black sun strategy. I'm looking for it to come up to Camarilla R3 around 74, 75, or anywhere in between this area here, in the ETH high, the value area high, stuff like that, right? So I'm looking for the trigger. So first off, we have this open here, high volume buying coming into this level here around, let's see, we topped out here around 74.68. So right at this value area high central pivot, we're in the golden pivot zone. So I'm looking for a setup here, right? So first trigger was the 154 selling dot right here, 154 contracts. So that was the response after this somewhat of like a buying climax right here, right? The VPI is in is crossed the threshold, it's in red, right? So took this trade here. It was a little late though, right? Already breaking down plus 1 VWAP, upper deviation. So took this trade, it's a little late. So what I identified here is that or for my journal, I should enter this as well. When the confirmation comes too low below the actual high, then I should probably stand down, right? So still took this one, kind of a break-even trade right there, right? So exited after this buyer absorbed the sellers right here and it pulled back. So I know it was going to retrace, right? So took a break-even there, right? So at this point, that was a black sun strategy setup. So after that failed, sellers are taking control. So I'm looking for a 365 strategy now. Sellers have taken control at the RTH open. I'm looking for a breakdown and a retest of VWAP and fail, right? So right here we have London value area high lining up with the VWAP, right? So this is my trade right here. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Right, so this was another trade right here. Let's see. Tested VWAP, sell entry. The selling dot was only 58 contracts. Then this next one here was 67. Bad entry right there. No real confirmation after this, only 161 buying dot. The response, this is just not a proper setup, right? So that's why when I took this trade here, I immediately realized like, no, this is not a proper setup. So as soon as the buyers came in right here, I just kind of exited right here. So that was a small profit right there. Not a real trigger entry. The criteria wasn't met for the 365 strategy, right? So observe the price action here around VWAP. That's that solid line right there. Let me use this, right, because I keep forgetting this epic pen, right? So solid green line is VWAP. That's London VWAP. That's the ETH VWAP, right? So we in this VWAP zone. We have this consolidation here. Well, this little pullback right here to that's the ETH VPOC, right? We have sellers above VWAP as we test above VWAP. This is what I'm looking for right here. This is supposed to be the entry, right? So 114 as we break down VWAP, 114 sell dot, right? 114 contracts. So this happened at 0947.14, right? My trade entry was 0947, see, 20. So the slippage here caused me, because I was reacting to this, but got my entry here, right? It just slipped a little too fast for me to click the sell entry. So it ended up working out. That was a 365 entry right there. Breakdown of VWAP. We sold down, got my first 8-point partial. 6-point trailing stop is trailing right there. Let me just point that out. Right, so that's the stop. That's the stop right there. Starts trailing. Right, as I get my 8-point partial, starts trailing down 6 points below. I mean 6 points above the price. And we exit here at 74.44, all out right here. So that's the first partial, all out right there, right? And that was the trade right there. 365 strategy. It's basically a retest of VWAP. Sellers take control at London value area high. That's weekly session VPOC as well. So this is 2-week VPOC as well. So there's confluence with the levels, confluence with VWAP, confluence with the criteria entry. All in all, this is a good trade, right? 6-point trailing stop did its job, and you see the retracement right there. I'm supposed to be out of the trade anyway. All right, so it's Melek Shalamah. Y'all trade safe and stay blessed. Shalom.